Alright guys, if you've ever loaded up Rome 2 Total War and just wished it was just a little more complex, more chaos, more strategic pressure, then the Nova Roma mod is exactly what you've been waiting for. In this relatively new mod, you'll face everything from sweeping plagues, food shortages, pirate invasions, civil wars, collapsing trade routes, resurgent enemies. I've had entire campaigns turn upside down because of a single rebellion or unexpected diplomatic shift, and I love it. And it's probably much closer to vanilla, therefore not as in-depth and complex as DEI, but it's definitely on par with a mod like Para Bellum or Radious in the best possible ways. So in this video, I'm going to go through everything you need to know about Nova Roma, why I think it's an excellent, interesting, vanilla-like mod that definitely adds a bit of complexity, depth, in ways that I really enjoy. Now, before we dive straight in, if you don't own Total War Rome 2 or its DLCs, you can pick them up with a massive 88% off on Instant Gaming, a reputable game key reseller that I've been using for a little while now. They have a great roster of other games on sale as well: Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, Crusader Kings 3 Chapter 4, or even the entire Total War catalog, all with big discounts. So if you're thinking about buying, make sure to click the link below to get your games for cheap and support the channel at the same time. Now back to Nova Roma, the grand campaign map has been completely reimagined. New cities, new roads, new passes reshape the way movement and defense work. You start thinking differently, placing armies not just to threaten enemy capitals but to control choke points, protect farmland, and patrol pirate-infested coasts. It's the kind of change in Rome 2 that seems small on the surface here and there, but makes a massive difference overall to how your campaign plays. Factions have been carefully rebalanced to feel distinct and competitive. You've got Carthage, Parthia, Egypt, Epirus, Macedon, and the Gallic confederations are no longer passive punching bags. They raise proper armies, expand aggressively, and won't roll over the moment you take one region, facing off against a fully mobilized Parthian Empire while juggling rebellions at home is the kind of scenario that Nova Roma throws at you, and it keeps me completely locked in. The mod runs at 4 turns per year, which adds seasonal depth, of course, slows down the rush of vanilla Rome 2, and makes long campaigns feel like actual stories. With longer research, recruitment, construction times, you're forced to plan ahead. Do you build that temple now or raise an emergency army first? You start thinking like a statesman, not just a military commander. Empire management finally has some decent teeth in this game as well. Plagues can empty cities, banditry bleeds income, pirates interrupt trade and even capture islands, and then there's war wariness, an entirely new mechanic brought over from Attila that penalizes your empire the longer a conflict drags on. Lose a few battles or fight too many at once, and your people will start turning against you. This one mechanic alone really does change how you approach your campaign, how you approach diplomacy, population management, all of that. And all of this essentially means you no longer steamroll, get that snowballing effect across the map in your campaign. You have to time peace treaties, rotate wars, know when to stop. It's subtle, but it makes a really big difference in your campaign. Fleets have a resting system now, which is another great touch in that naval mechanic side. Combine that with improved roads, logistics, and suddenly maintaining infrastructure, planning naval campaigns matter in a way it never did before in vanilla. It's thoughtful, elegant design that rewards good habits. Best of all, Nova Roma doesn't just support the Grand Campaign, it does support the Augustus Campaign, Rise of the Republic as well. The ultimate Romans overhaul makes the different Roman factions feel unique, especially Octavian. His units, economic setup, strategic priorities genuinely diverge from his rivals. Plus, the auxiliary system has been revamped, which is a huge bonus for me, meaning your Roman armies will naturally take on local flavors depending on where you expand, who you fight. That alone gives so much replayability and flavor to each turn. The AI, both in empire building, diplomacy, is also a big step up. It recruits smartly, expands logically, adapts to you. I've seen tribal factions unify and carve out proper kingdoms. I've seen client states betray me at just the wrong time. It's a living, reactive world, and every playthrough that I've had so far feels like it could go 100 different ways. The best kind of Total War, essentially. Finally, of course, just to mention, there are lots of really good visual upgrades as well, whether it's UI elements, clean new new fonts, 4K loading screens, which make a big difference to me, make the whole thing feel more cohesive. Nothing's overdone or flashy, it just fits and helps you sink even deeper into the world. Where Nova Roma really shines though is in its reworked battle gameplay. Combat feels deliberate and heavy, units don't dissolve on contact anymore, which, is a big plus. They grind, push, hold. Battles actually play out like real clashes of shield and spear, and flanking really does matter now. If you're used to vanilla battles being over in a few minutes, this will feel like an entirely different game. And that's the point. This is tactical warfare that demands real positioning, proper unit compositions, actual battlefield awareness. Cavalry charges hurt. They are slower, more impactful, and only if they're well timed. Skirmishers can break morale if you harass the right flanks. Harass the wrong flank and you're going to lose them. They're going to get overwhelmed. Infantry formations don't just hold, they evolve across the battle as morale shifts and pressure builds. Unit rosters are deeper, of course, as well, far more authentic. You'll notice regional variety, especially among auxiliaries. Romans recruiting in Africa or Thrace will end up with vastly different support troops than those recruiting in Gaul. This keeps armies feeling fresh and nuanced and regionally grounded, and it's something I appreciate more the longer I play. AI recruitment has been reworked and it shows. Enemies now field mixed armies with actual frontline strength and flanking potential. You'll run into veteran units that can hold their own, and they'll often be backed up by meaningful support as well. Fighting a Macedonian or Parthian force feels like a proper engagement, not just a mop-up job. Battle animations and abilities have been refined, of course, as well, to feel cleaner, more consistent. Visual effects are punchier but not distracting. Camera angles have been improved, making it easier to both command and admire the action. There's a balance here between presentation and clarity that I really like. It lets you appreciate the spectacle without losing control. And of course, there's the AI. There's only so much you can do with the AI, but you do notice little things here and there that do make it smarter. They do defend flanks a bit better as well, pull back damaged units, uses high ground pretty well, prioritizes targets more intelligently. I've had siege battles where the AI actually held key intersections and rotated fresh units to the front line, and that never used to happen. Every encounter keeps you engaged. All these changes combine to create battles that feel more meaningful. Whether you're defending a mountain pass or sieging a capital, the stakes feel high. You have to use tactics and minimize your casualties. There's no fast forwarding through fights anymore. You want to be present, to make the right calls, to feel the grind, and that kind of immersion is exactly why I keep coming back to mods just like this, especially for Rome 2 Total War. Overall, Nova Roma is a great, interesting experience that I've always known Rome 2 had the potential for. Deeper, tougher, overflowing with immersion. Every mechanic feels like it's being considered. Every visual change supports the world. Every feature rewards good decision making. It's definitely true to the soul of the game, vanilla overhaul that, you're looking for. If DEI is a bit too much for you, it makes everything better without changing it drastically too much, and it does this very well. And that's why I love it. It gives me those one more turn sessions where I'm sketching out multi-year war plans, sweating over public order in North Africa, rallying to repel a Gallic invasion just as the East begins to burn. If you're a Rome 2 fan looking for a campaign that will surprise, challenge, and absorb you, this is it. And that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. I really hope you go and check out Nova Roma, because I really do recommend it. I think it's going to be very interesting. And drop any thoughts or questions if you do go and check it out in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you think about this brilliant mod for Rome 2. Subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.